Good morning. I hope you're doing well, and I am enjoying our class. And the discussion boards have been great. I plan to get your papers graded today, and I hope you know how to get to my comments that will be included in the rubric. I am pretty committed to being sure you understand the way arrived at the grade that you received. So that's important. And as it relates to the discussion boards, I am very particular about the initial post having at least 300 words, and your interactive post with two different peers have at least 100 words. And if I have a question about it, I'll be honest with you. The way I check it is I copy your post, paste it into a Word document, and it gives me the word count immediately, as well as any spelling or grammar issues. So uh, I just want you to understand who I am and how I grade. Moody Distance Learning is a delightful organization to work with. They are so committed to having high quality educational experience for every one of their students. And unfortunately, you're caught in a little bit of a mix here, as this course is in an intermediate process of being revised. On one hand, you have your syllabus and schedule. Uh, they're available on the left hand side of Blackboard, as well as the weekly schedule. But on the other hand, you have the revised document that I've provided for you of the discussion boards and the assignments. And so you have to intermingle those. And then ah, I discovered, because one of you asked the question, how do you access the video? Ah, finally, after working on it myself, I found out what the situation is. You click on the link, and it does not take you to the link, but it downloads that video, and that's the way it is for all of the videos I discovered this morning. So that's one of the interesting zingers in where we're at. The your evaluation of the course at the end of the class is so important that those are studied carefully, and then I, as a instructor, uh, also provide input about various things. So those are important because it helps us to make the quality of education that we want to have available for you. Quickly, the exams are in weeks 3 and 5. They are going to ask you some very exacting wording about from reading and from the videos. It's really a checkup on whether or not you've done it. I'm not real excited about them, but that's why the grading value of them has declined this semester. Also want to encourage you to go and be sure that you have listened to every video that I have sent, or read every uh, announcement that I have printed for you. Those are crucial information. Pastor interview coming up in week 6, I believe it is. I know that some of you are in very large churches, and access to the senior pastor is nigh unto impossible. You may interview another pastor as long as they are qualified to see the overall picture and they've been there on the staff long enough to be a credible input for you. Also, for the congregational interview, that's to be a cross section: singles, married, widowed, 20s to 90s, men, women, not 4 to 7 20-year-old guys that are in my small group, but a very broad cross section. And you need to be working to get those appointments set up so that you don't suddenly come to the week and you're at the mercy of whoever you can grab. This is a great week. I think you'll find this video as well as the reading very interesting. I have picked up from a couple of you who have already started reading Story that's an interesting book. And don't lock it into business world. Think about it as of a yourself moving to a church to be a new person in that community. Judy and I laugh about it. What do you call what we call here in the Midwest a stocking cap? Well, in Vermont, it's a toque. In other places, it's called a beanie. And in other places, it's called something else. All here in the United States in conservative evangelical churches. Hey, culture is really interesting. God bless you in this great week.